Welcome to today's broadcast of Carroll High School Athletics. This is CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports. Now, here are your Carroll Chargers.
Hello everybody and welcome to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. I'm Matthew James and I'll be calling today's game for you between the Leo Lions and your Carroll Chargers. And now these starting lineups first for the visiting Lions. Leading off and playing first base, number 16, Brianna Carpenter. Batting second and playing short, number 20, Hannah Field. Batting third and playing second base, number 54, Jamie Schroer. Batting cleanup and playing catcher, number 38, Amy Schroer. Batting fifth and pitching is number 34, Jessica Claxton. Batting sixth and playing third base, number 52, Haley Bowers. Batting seventh and as the designated hitter, number 12, Alex Faulkner. Batting eighth and playing center field, number 56, Hannah Risser. And batting ninth and playing left field, number 30, Morgan Popple. And number 48, Kaylee Irving, will be playing right, and she will be having Faulkner DH for her. And now for your Chargers. Leading off and playing left field, number 17, Breanne Hand. Batting second and as the designated hitter, number 7, Jackie Phipps. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 11, Emily Catanzarite. Batting cleanup and playing third base, number 10, Ashley Unger. Batting fifth and catching, number 8, Danny Snyderwine. Batting sixth and playing center field, number 14, Allie Richard. Batting seventh and playing second base, number 18, Casey Kirk. Batting eighth and playing right field, number 1, Autumn Zonker. And batting ninth and playing first base, number 12, Heather Schmidt. And on the hill today for the Chargers is number 16, Kaylee Thornton. And she'll be having Phipps bat for her. And it is senior day here at the Dean R. Gorsuch Athletic Complex. Carroll has a few seniors they'd like to give a shout out to. First, number 1, Autumn Zonker. Number 5, Alexis Badiak. Number 8, Danny Snyderwine. Number 10, Ashley Unger. Number 17, Breanne Hand. And number 18, Casey Kirk are all seniors, playing their last game here at home in front of the home faithful, and hopefully they can have a good final game here before they move on to college careers or whatever they are going to end up doing. Leo is ranked number 5 in the 3A division here in Indiana. Carroll, of course, playing in 4A. And yesterday, Carroll played DeKalb here at home and lost 5-3. And we'll see if they can rebound from that against a good Leo team. And we'll be right back with the first pitch right after this here on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello everybody and welcome back to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. Kaylee Thornton is taking our warm-up tosses and we're just about set to start the game here between your Chargers and the visiting Leo Lions. And if you, when you were listening to the lineup, you might have noticed a few differences. And Carroll, who's in a funk, they have lost 5 in a row. They're down to 10-10 when they were 10-5 a little while ago, as you probably could have figured out from that. But they've made some drastic changes to their lineup, and which I'll read to you in a second. As leading off and stepping into the batter's box now is Brianna Carpenter, who's playing first base tonight for Leo. Thornton is into the windup, and the first pitch is a little bit low for ball 1. Some of the major changes defensively is instead of Mackenzie DePremio at second base, Casey Kirk is playing second tonight. Thornton's second pitch also a little bit low for ball 2. She throws pretty hard, as we were able to notice in the opening warm-up tosses, but she's been over the plate so far, but just a little bit low. She just has to bring the ball up a little bit, and she'll be fine. 2-0 count on Carpenter. The pitch is hit into center field. Standing under it is Richard, and drifting back a few steps, she makes the catch for out number 1. So the outfield is pretty regular, as they have Hand and Richard and Zonker left to right. And in the infield, Unger, Catanzarite, third and short are the same, and Heather Schmidt at first. But the big change defensively is definitely Casey Kirk playing second, and they made some lineup changes. as the first pitch to Hannafield is low for ball one. Some of the major changes they made, Brianne Hands batting leadoff tonight, that's different. They moved Heather Schmidt to the bottom of the lineup. They moved a lot of players around, and Catanzarite was 5th or 6th, and now she's up to 3rd. Only a couple players actually stayed where they were, as the second pitch to Field is up high for ball 2. So a 2-0 count. On Hannafield, who's playing shortstop tonight for Leo, as the third pitch is swung on and ground to third. Unger, the throw across the diamond is in time to Schmidt for out number 2. That was a good throw across the diamond there from Ashley Unger. She does have good defense, no doubt about that. And we'll see if she can keep that up, as Thornton's going to need all the help she can get against a very tough Leo team with some of the best players in the region. That'll bring up 54, Jamie Schroer, who takes a strike. Schroer, excuse me. She is playing second tonight, batting third. 0-1 count on her, and the second pitch is swung on and grounded to short. Catanzarite fields it cleanly and throws across to Schmidt for out number 3. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for Kaylee Thornton on the mound, and that'll end the top of the first inning, no score for Leo, and that'll bring up the Carroll Chargers for the home half of the first right after this on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. Just about set for the bottom of the first inning, and due up first is left fielder number 17, Brianne Hand. And pitching against her today for Rio is number 34, Jessica Claxton, one of the best pitchers in the region. And Rio has a few of them, so they have a pitching luxury as they kind of pops out of a windup as the first pitch is up high for ball 1 on Hand. She just sort of stands there and then it gets into the windup very quickly. It's a little spontaneous, I guess. And the second pitch to her is blooped into left field, foul by Hand, strike 1. 1-1 count. As I mentioned, there were a couple of changes in the lineup. One reason Casey Kirk might be playing second is because of senior night, and she's taking the place of Mackenzie DePremio, who's just a sophomore. And the third pitch is a good changeup, but is a little bit low. Nope, it is at the knees, excuse me, and that'll make the count 1-2. That one came out of Claxton's hand and then just slowed down. Great pitch. And the next pitch is a rising fastball that is swung under by Hand, and that is strike 3 and the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Jackie Phipps, who's hitting tonight for the pitcher Kaylee Thornton. And she's normally one of the better hitters on the team. We'll see what she can do here. As Claxton's into her windup, and the pitch is over the inside corner for strike 1. Good pitch. That one had a lot of velocity on it, and their changeup is just very good. We'll see. And there's another fastball. This one is in the dirt for ball 1. Phipps is batting second tonight. That's another one of the changes. Hands normally doesn't lead off. Phipps normally bats a few spots down. We could go through the whole lineup talking about changes tonight. As the third pitch is another fastball that is upstairs for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike count. And the reason Carroll's doing all this change is because they're in the midst of a slump, a 5-game losing streak. And the fourth pitch is a good slider that catches the outside corner for strike 2. 2-2 count on Phipps. In Carroll's problems, they haven't been able to produce enough offense. They haven't been able to string together hits, as that is a hard grounder to third, thrown across the diamond, not in time to get Phipps. That was a hard grounder right at Haley Bowers at third base, but it did hit a glove, and it just bounced off. She was not able to recover in time, and Phipps is on for the first base runner of the game. And that'll bring up shortstop Emily Catanzarite. And the first pitch to her is over the inside corner for strike 1. A little bit of movement on that fastball. She turned away from it, then it came around again and hit the inside corner. Catanzarite's got to get the bat going, as the second pitch is this one is just a little bit low for ball 1. 1-1 count as Catanzarite steps back in. Claxton, as I said, is a very good pitcher. Leo has a few good pitchers, and she's just one of the... They do have a luxury. As Catanzarite hits that one into left center field. Cut off. No, it gets past the left fielder, Morgan Popple, and that'll allow Phipps to round third. She is coming home, and she will score. So Catanzarite gets a single and then an E7 on Bowers, and that allows Phipps to come all the way home. And it allows Catanzarite to move to second on the error. So let's see if that can help spark a rally for Carroll, which they could use to get a big lead here against a very good team. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, playing third base, Ashley Unger. And the first pitch, she fouls off down the third base line for strike 1. So Carroll, with that, still has a runner in scoring position with Catanzarite, and a single could possibly bring her in and give Carroll a 2-0 lead, which we'll see what happens. There are still no outs in the inning, and the 0-1 pitch to Unger is a changeup that is swung on and hit into foul territory. Bowers is not going to get there in time. It'll fall, and that brings the count to 0-2 on Unger. One of the seniors being honored here tonight, that she is one of 6. So they have an experienced group of players, and it'll hurt them next year when they are gone, as that pitch is a slider that is just off the plate for ball 1, a little bit outside, and that makes it a 1-2 count now on Unger. Claxton's into the windup, and the pitch is grounded, and again another error by the third baseman. Haley Bowers, and now and that's a risky base running play. And Ashley Unger rounded first. Sorry, I didn't see it until she was halfway between first and second, as she thought that Bowers had kind of lost attention of her, and she tried going to second, but they noticed her and that she was tagged in time. Catanzarite advances to third on the play, and so she was able to just beat the tag as Haley Bowers commits her second error of the inning already. And that is the third error for Leah when we're only in the first. And that pitch is a good changeup that fell in just a little bit high for a ball 1 on Danny Snyderwine. And she's catching tonight like usual, and Catanzarite's still on third. And the pitch to her is a fastball down and in for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Snyderwine. Unger's base running might cost Carroll a big rally, and now they have 1 out. And the pitch to Snyderwine is fouled back off the end of the bat for strike 1. A 2-1 count now on her. Catanzarite, all they need to bring her home is a single. Any hit really should get her in a ground ball. We'll probably try to get the out and concede the run, as again the pitch fouled back by Snyderwine, as the slider is breaking to the end of the bat and forcing her to foul it back a little bit. And now it is a 2-2 count on her, with Catanzarite on third and 1 out here. Carroll already has a 1-0 lead, and the pitch from Claxton is a changeup that is off the handle, off the inside part of the bat, that she fouls back a little bit down the first base line, and Snyderwine was jammed on that pitch. She was just protecting the plate there. There's no doubt about that, as that fastball had good location and good velocity, making it tough for Snyderwine to catch up with it. So the count remains 2-2. Claxton sets into the windup, and the pitch is a slider that is off the plate, ball 3, bringing the count full. 3-2 count now, and another base runner. It'll make it very tough for Leo not to give up at least 1 more run here in the inning. And the 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Good slider from Claxton. And that is out number 3. I'm sorry, I forgot to count the out from Unger on the base paths. And that is the second strikeout for Jessica Claxton, and she is able to escape the first inning with minimal damage, allowing just 1 Carroll run when there very well possibly could have been at least 2, 3, 4 runs. But Carroll, which has been the problem for a few games now, they have not been able to put together a rally. Nevertheless, they will have a 1-0 lead after one inning here from the D.N.R. Gorsuch Athletic Complex. We'll be right back with the second inning here on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello, Charger fans, and welcome back to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. Kaylee Thornton, fresh off of a 1-2-3 first inning, is back on the mound to face the heart of the order, the 4-5-6 hitters. And due up first is the cleanup hitter, number 38, Amy Schwer. And the first pitch is a slider off of the plate off the outside corner for ball 1. Second pitch to Schwer is up high with the fastball for ball 2, 2-0 count. Thornton was able to work a clean 1-2-3 inning with a fly out and 2 ground outs, and we'll see if she can build some momentum off that. As the third pitch is hit in the left field, hand drifting over, and she misjudged it, ran in front of it. That one will roll all the way to the wall. Schwer is going to run into second base with an easy stand-up double on a misjudged fly ball from Brianne Hand. Rolled all the way to the wall on one bounce, so that might be costly here. And now there is going to be a pinch runner. Hannah Voral is going to pinch run for Schwer. And that will bring up pitcher Jessica Claxton, batting 5th in the order. She was able to escape the first with limited damage. And now Leo is a runner in scoring position with no outs. And the first pitch is ripped into left center field, lining it. It's going to get to the warning track. Scoring easily is Varal, and that will get Claxton a double. So back-to-back doubles here for Leo, and Varal scores to tie the game. And there are still no outs as there's another pinch runner. Hannah Field is going to pinch run for Claxton. So let's see if the strategy works for Leo. And it's a tie game now. And that will bring up Haley Bowers, who made 2 errors in the field at third base, and we'll see what she can do with her first at bat. First pitch to her is taken for ball 1, up and away from her. And Thornton has looked pretty settled here on the mound. But there is still the runner in scoring position with no outs here. And the second pitch is hit to Catanza right at second. And the throw is high, but a good leaping play by Heather Schmidt to get the out. And she was able to come down in time with with her foot on the bag. But the field advances to third on the play, and there's still just 1 out in the inning. And now Alex Faulkner, the designated hitter, is up here with just 1 out. And Field on third in a 1-1 game. First pitch to her is hit to Catanza right. She comes home with the ball and a decent throw, but it gets past Snyder. She tried to rush it and make the tag, and that will allow Field to score. And it will allow Faulkner to get to second base on the fielder's choice. And now Leo has a 2-1 lead. Thornton looks a little bit upset on the mound, trying to calm down here, as that will bring up number 56, Hannah Risser, the center fielder. And there's still a runner in scoring position with this 1 out. And the first pitch to her is a strike at the waist. Good pitch from Thornton. She took a little bit off that one, and it fooled Risser. And we'll see what happens here with the 0-1 count, and the second pitch is hit and popped up into shallow left. Brianne Hand drifts over and makes the catch. Tagging was Faulkner, but she stays at second, and that will be the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, number 30, Morgan Popple, who is playing left field tonight. And there's still a runner on second, Faulkner, with 2 outs. Leo is up 2-1. The first pitch is fouled back out of play down the first base line for strike 1. We haven't seen a lot of base running in this game. We'll see if Faulkner is going to try anything with 2 outs here. And the second pitch to People is swung on and grounded to third. Unger makes a good backhanded stop and a good throw across the diamond for out number 3. So again, Thornton is able to get out of a jam with limited damage, but Leo will take the lead for the first time in this game, 2-1 after 1.5 innings. We'll be right back with the bottom of the second here on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello everybody and welcome back to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. Just about set for the bottom of the second inning, and the 6, 7, 8 hitters are due up: Richard, Kirk, and Zonker. Richard is normally up one spot in the order. I've seen her bat in a few different spots though. Shows some versatility as the first pitch is a fastball at the knees for strike one. Good location there from Claxton. As she is quickly back in the windup, the second pitch is swung on and foul tipped just in front of home plate, and that brings it quickly to an 0-2 count on Richard. Claxton has not really overpowered people. She has a good fastball, but she's gotten two strikeouts on sliders, as that pitch came up and in on Richard, but she fouls it back anyway, and the count remains 0-2. If she can catch up to the fastball or the breaking ball, there's a big hole between a second and short if she could get it past the pitcher Claxton. As that pitch is a slider that is off the end of the bat, fouled back again by Richard, and again the count remains 0-2. Richard is one of the better hitters on the team for Carroll. We'll see if she can start off the second inning with a hit, and that changeup is just high out of the zone, and it is a 1-2 count now on Richard. Claxton is set quickly, and the pitch is swung on and hit in the left field, down the line, fair ball, past the left fielder Popple, and she is rounding second. She's gonna go a few steps past second and turn back, and the throw from short goes all the way past second. She is going home, trying for the tying run, and she will score a double and then an error. There was an error on the shortstop's throw. That was Hannah Field. She tried to get Richard back at second. She wouldn't have gotten her anyway, but nobody was there as that one sailed past second and down into the right field foul territory, and that allowed Richard to score the tying run, and it is a 2-2 game as the first pitch to Casey Kirk is swung on and fouled back for strike one. So Richard's going to get a double with a solid hit down the left field line, and then she came around from there on the error from shortstop Hannah Field. The second pitch to Kirk is swung on and missed. She was on top of it for strike two. And Claxton is not getting any help out on the mound. That is error number 4 on the game. We're only in the second inning, people. If you're Leah, you got to wake up defensively, as that pitch is a slider that is well off the outside corner for ball one. A 1-2 count now on Kirk. And Claxton is quickly set again. The pitch is swung on and missed by Kirk. And that is the third strikeout of the game already for Claxton. And all three of them are swinging. That'll bring up the number 8 hitter, right fielder Autumn Zonker, one of the seniors being honored here on senior night. And we'll see what she can do with her first at bat. First pitch is a fastball down and in for ball one. And 6 of the 9 starters for Carroll are seniors, as it is senior recognition night, as the second pitch from Claxton is fouled back by Zonker out of play for strike one. So a 1-1 count here with 1 out and a 2-2 tie here in the top of the second inning. The pitch from Claxton is up and in on Zonker, but she swings at it and pops it to third base, where Haley Bowers makes the catch for out number 2. Out number 2. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter tonight, Heather Schmidt. She's batted at the top of the order for much of the season, but Carroll made some drastic changes to their lineup, and the first pitch to her is over the plate for strike one. Good fastball from Claxton. We'll see if Schmidt's made some good plays in the field on some throws across the diamond. We'll see what she can do with the bat. As that one hit her. She squared around the bunt, then pulled the bat back and got hit on the arm. She seems to be fine, and she ran straight to first without a problem. And now Carroll has a base runner with 2 outs, and that will bring up the top of the order. Brianna Hand is back up for the second time today. First pitch to her as Schmidt is going to get a stolen base on the ball that got a little bit away from catcher Amy Schreier. And now there's a runner in scoring position as the pitch missed a low for ball 1. Second pitch to Hand is swung on and popped up foul out of play, and it will be a 1-1 count. Schmidt showed some good speed on that play base running. She left immediately as soon as it got away from the catcher Schreier just a little bit. Didn't get back to the backstop even. And that pitch is a rising slider that misses off the corner for ball 2. 2-1 count as Leo, again, they have had a lot of mistakes in the field. 2-1 pitch to Hand is over the inside corner for strike 2. That one was close. And now it is a 2-2 count on Hand, who has struck out once in the game already. The pitch to her is swung on and fouled back well out of play for ball 2. So that makes it a 2-2 count on her, with Schmidt at second, here with 2 outs and a 2-2 tie in the bottom of the second. And we'll see if Carroll can get a hit here and regain the lead. Claxton is set, and the pitch is up high for ball 3. That brings it to a full count here with 2 outs. And we'll see if Schmidt's going to be going here. I don't think so now that she's on second. But we'll see. As the pitch is on over the inside corner for strike 3. That one was close, but the umpire had no hesitation in ringing up Hand. That is her second strikeout today, and the 4th from Jessica Claxton. So that'll end 2 innings, but Carroll gets another run, ties the game back at 2, and we'll be right back with the 3rd inning here on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. And we're just about set for the top of the 3rd inning, where the top of the order, Carpenter, Field, and Schreier, will be up for Leo. The first pitch on Carpenter is up and in, is ball 1 on Carpenter. Kaylee Thornton gave up a couple runs in the second after a clean 1-2-3 first. And the second pitch is again a little bit high for ball 2. So a 2-0 count on Carpenter, who flew out to center field her first time up. The third pitch is a good fastball over the outside corner for strike 1. Thornton made sure that one crossed the plate, and she had a good follow-through there with good velocity. That would have been a tough pitch for Carpenter to hit. The 2-1 pitch is swung on and popped into center, and that is going to fall between Catanzarite and Hand in left field for a leadoff single from Carpenter. That'll bring up Hannah Field, who's made an error in the field today. How about that? And in her first at-bat, she grounded out to third. So there is a runner on first with nobody out, and a tie game here in the top of the 3rd inning. The first pitch to Field is bunted right back to Thornton. She is going to go for the out at second, not in time. And so both runners will be safe on the infield single from Field. And now there are 2 runners on with nobody out. And Thornton's going to have to work a little magic to get out of a jam here. That'll bring up Jamie Schreier, who grounded out to short in her first at bat. And Carroll could definitely use a strikeout or a pop-up right here.
54,
Thornton is stepping back into the mound, back on the hill, and the first pitch from Thornton is swung on and lined the other way past second base, and they are waving around Faulkner, Carpenter, and she will score, and both the runners advance to second and third, and that will be a double, an RBI double for Jamie Schreier, and Leo regains the lead 3-2. There is still nobody out here in the third inning with Thornton on the mound, and there are 2 runners in scoring position with Field on third and Schreier on second. And the pitch to Amy Schreier is a slider outside for ball 1. Schreier in her first at-bat doubled and scored the first Leo run. The 1-0 pitch from Thornton is bunted right back to her. She's going to come home, and that is just... That is going to be a run. Sorry, I thought there might have been a force for a second, but there wasn't. And Royal's going to pinch hit run for Schreier, and she reached first, and that allowed her sister Jamie to reach third base. And Kaylee Thornton was just not quick enough with that. Sorry for the confusion up here. And that allowed Field to score, and it is a 4-2 game now. And another bunt, this one laid down by Claxton, and that was a beautiful bunt, and a bad throw from Thornton gets past Schmidt. Another run scores. The runners advance to second and third on the bunt and the E1 from Thornton. And now this has just turned into a very sloppy inning. So it is a 5-2 game now here and now they're going to have a infield conference with Thornton as there is activity in the Carroll bullpen. Maddie Peterson is warming up. She has pitched before. Haven't seen her yet on the mound, but she is very well composed, and it looks like she'll come in pretty soon here. There are still 2 runners on base with nobody out, and Leo already has 3 runs this inning. And it is a 5-2 game. They started the scoring with 2 in the second. Carroll was able to match that in their half of the second, but now with still nobody out and 2 runners in scoring position, Leo has a 5-2 lead. So we'll see what happens here with the next hitter, third baseman, Haley Bowers, who grounded out to short in her first at bat. And Thornton is getting set again. And she's into the windup. The first pitch to Bowers is a little bit high for ball 1. So it is a 1-0 count on Bowers as she calls time, steps out to calm down. She grounded out to short in her first at bat. Second pitch to her is swung on and fouled straight back for strike 1, a 1-1 count on Bowers. Through this part of the order, Thornton has gotten the 6 through 9 hitters out, but we'll see what she can do this time around as she does not have momentum on her side. And the pitch from Thornton is swung on and ripped between the hole at short and third. Hand makes the stop, and that will allow another run to come in and score. It will advance Claxton to third, and it is now a 6-2 game with still nobody out here, and that will bring up Faulkner, who Alex Faulkner grounded into a fielder's choice and reached base safely. She got to second on a throwing error. And the first pitch to her is going away, and trying to steal is... And no, man, I'm sorry, I got a little sidetracked there. It seemed that Bowers was going to steal. She did. Catanzaro could have made the tag, but instead she tried to pick off Adams on third, who's pinch running for Claxton. And it was an unsuccessful attempt there, as that it did allow Bowers to get to second. Adams is still on third, but it is a 1-0 count, and now 2 runners in scoring position with still nobody out here in the top of the third. The pitch from Thornton is a changeup at the knees for strike 1. And this is turning into a potentially very, very dangerous inning. Leo's already up by 4, and they still have no outs and 2 runners in scoring position. The next pitch jams her, but it is going to be a bloop single between short and left, and that will allow Adams to come in and score. It allows Bowers, who slid in just ahead of the tag from Unger, to reach third, and it allows Faulkner to reach second base with a double. And there is still nobody out here. Again, runners on second and third, and it is a 7-2 game. Leo ahead of your Chargers. And I'm surprised, Matt. Yep, now they're going to conference again on the mound, and it looks like Carroll is going to bring in Matty Peterson. If not now, they're going to do it soon as Ginder does not come out here, but the entire infield conferences. And now coming out, Peterson taking a couple more warm-ups over there in the bullpen. And now, nope. And now the ball is taken from Thornton. Peterson is going to come in and pitch. So we'll see if she can limit the damage which has already been done here by Leo. And we'll see what the substitution is, and it's just going to be Thornton going to be taken out. And now that will... So Peterson is going to come on today, come on now for Carroll. She's going to take a few warm-up tosses. First pitch, pretty good velocity. Peterson is just a freshman, but I've heard from a few different sources that she is very composed, she carries herself well, and she's very talented. She is going to should develop into a very good high school pitcher here in a couple of years when she has more experience. But there are runners on second and third. The score is already 7-2. Leo leading the Chargers there. And the runners on second and third will be charged to Thornton, who went just 2 innings. She did not record an out here in a very long third inning, which still has no outs. And she gave up 7 runs already. And if the 2 runners on base come around to score, it'll be 9. So this has not been a very good showing from Thornton. We'll see if Peterson can improve on that. As due up first to face her is number 56, Hannah Risser, who is playing center field. And the infield conferencing. Peterson is ready, and so is Risser. She's going to step in, and we'll see what Peterson can do here for Carroll and see if she can get out of a jam here and allow more runs to score. The first pitch from Peterson is down and in. Good stop by Snyderwine. She made a nice pick to keep it from going behind her, and it is a 1-0 count. Risser, in her first at bat, flew out to left. Peterson sets, and the pitch is swung on and hit into right center field. Deep, and it's going to one-hop off the wall. 1 run scores, 2 runs score. Risser is going to go for 3, and she will make it safely. The ball gets past Unger, but Peterson was backing her up. Good fundamentals there, but 2 more runs score. And it is a 9-2 game. My goodness. So that was a 2 RBI double from Hannah Risser, and now Morgan People is up for the second time. She has rounded out to third in her first at bat. The first pitch to her is dribbled down the third base line. Unger quickly across the diamond, and she got it just in time, but that does allow a run to score. That's Risser, got a triple, and now she scores, and it is a 10-2 game. That run there will be charged to Peterson, but we do have the first out of the inning. And Leo has batted around here. The top of the order is back up. Brianna Carpenter is up for the 3rd time. First pitch is over the inside corner for strike 1. Carpenter has flew out to center and singled and scored one of the 10 runs, one of the 8 this inning. And the pitch from Peterson is down and in for ball 1. In this inning, the first 8 hitters reached base and scored. The only player not to score for Leo is Morgan People, who's grounded out twice. The pitch from Peterson is a slider with a lot of bite on it, but it bites too much well outside, and it is a 2-1 count. now on Carpenter. The pitch from Peterson is swung on and hit into center field, and it's going to be a bloop single between Casey Kirkins at second and Ellie Richard in center field, and another hit given up. And there's still just one out as Hannah Field is up again. She is grounded out to third and singled and scored a run. And Leo is up 10-2, 2 runs away from making it 10 runs, and if that stays, it'll come to effect in the 5th inning. The first pitch is grounded foul down the third base line from Field for strike 1. The Carroll pitchers have not had a lot of success today, as Katie Gubbard is warming up in the bullpen already, and the pitch from Peterson is a bunt attempt that is fouled back, and it is an 0-2 count now on the field. So Gubbard pitches a lot for Carroll, and she normally starts, but the pitching from Thornton and Peterson has not been very good so far. We'll see if she's going to have to come in. The 0-2 pitch on field from Peterson is swung on and hit down the right field line. It is going to drop. No, Zonker is going to roll him over and make a good catch. I couldn't tell if that ball was going to land fair or foul. I think it was going to land fair. And that is going to be out number 2 on a good catch from Zonker. So that'll bring up Jamie Schreier, who in this game has grounded out to short and doubled and scored. Carpenter on first, and the first pitch to her is over the outside corner for strike 1. Good pitch there from Peterson. The 0-1 count, and the pitch is swung on, up high for ball 1. Snyder jumped up out of her stance, thought about to throw down to first, and there is a 1-1 count now on Schreier. The pitch is a biting slider, and Snyder again throws down. It gets past Schmidt at first, but Zonker backed her up, and that will keep Carpenter at first. 2-1 count on Schreier, with 2 outs and a runner on first, and the score 10-2. The pitch from Peterson is swung on and hit in the right center field. Drifting over is Richard, and she will make the catch, and the third out of the inning is finally recorded. But Leo strikes 8 times in the inning on 8 hits and an error, and that will bring the score to 10-2. Leo ahead of your Chargers after 2.5 innings. We'll be right back with the bottom of the third here on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. Just about set for the bottom of the third inning. The Chargers are facing a 10-2 deficit, and due up for the Chargers are the 2-3-4 hitters, Jackie Phipps, Emily Catanzarite, and Ashley Unger. Phipps, in her first at bat, reached on an error by third baseman Haley Bowers, and she came around to score the first Carroll run. Claxton is set, and the first pitch is inside for ball 1. Phipps is hitting for the pitcher, which now is Peterson. And the second pitch to her is a slider just off the outside corner for ball 2. So a 2-0 count on Phipps. Claxton has settled down pretty nicely, and the pitch is a good dropping changeup that drops right into the midsection of over the plate of Phipps, and it is strike 1. That was a good pitch that landed right at the waist. Good pitch. 2-1 count on Phipps, and the pitch is over the outside corner but a little bit high for ball 3. So 3-1 count, and one more ball runner to give us our first walk of the game, and first base runner of the inning for Carroll, and the pitch is over the inside corner for strike 2, bringing the count full. Nobody on, nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning, and Leo has a 10-2 lead. The full count pitch to Phipps is swung on and hit the left center field. Going over and not going to get there is center fielder Risser. Phipps is going to get to second, and she will stop there, but she has a lead-off double to start the inning for the Chargers. And that'll bring up Emily Catanzarite, who singled and got to third base on an error, but she could not come around to score. We'll see if she can drive in a run here, and with Phipps on second. Claxton, the first pitch to her, is swung on and hit in the left, drifting, coming in a few steps to make the catch is Morgan People, and she does for the first out of the inning. And Catanzarite swings at the first pitch, and it does not work here. As now Mackenzie DePremio is going to pinch hit for Ashley Unger. Interesting substitution here.
Entering the lineup for the Chargers.
So we'll see what she can do. She is a regular. She normally plays second. Unger plays third. So I'll see if there's going to be a defensive alignment change, which there very possibly could be. And DePremio is normally at second. So there's one out here in the bottom of the third with Phipps on second base. Claxton is set, and the pitch is swung on, hitting the left, and again the catch is made by People. The first pitch swingers, Catanzarite and DePremio both fly out to her, and so all of a sudden there are two down here, and Phipps is still stranded on second. That'll bring up Danny Snyderwine, who struck out swinging in her first at-bat.
Danny Snyderwine.
Claxton moving quickly, and the first pitch to her is a fastball that is just off the outside corner for ball one. So Phipps on second. The 1-0 pitch to Snyderwine is swung on and hit in the left again. People again under it, and again she makes the catch. So she gets three fly ball outs for Leo. Phipps is stranded on second, and after the double, Claxton is able to go 1-2-3. So after 3 innings, the score is Leo 10, your Chargers 2. We will be right back with the 4th inning here on CSBN.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello everybody and welcome back to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. I'm sorry I probably got cut off there at the end of that last inning, but we all know what I was going to say anyway. So Maddie Peterson back on the mound. She will face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters to start. And that will begin with Amy Schreier, the catcher, who has doubled and scored and singled and scored for the Leo Lions. As there's going to be a quick pause here, I was going out to talk with Ashley Unger, is coach. I'm not sure. We're going to have a little conference here. Not entirely sure what's going on. As the rest of the infield goes to talk with Peterson on the mound, as the coach is talking to Unger at third, who could come in and pitch if necessary. She is listed as a third baseman / pitcher. And now we'll see what happens as Peterson is set now against and ready to face Amy Schreier. The Carroll is trailing 10-2 here as we start the top of the 4th inning.
Number 38, Amy Schreier.
So Peterson is set, and now the first pitch from her is a fastball that is a little bit low for ball 1. So a 1-0 count on Schreier, who is 2 for 2 with 2 runs in the game. The pitch from Peterson is swung on and missed by Schreier for strike 1. 1-1 count. And we'll see if Peterson breaks out a breaking ball as because her fastball hasn't been too effective, as that changeup is up and away for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike on Schreier. The pitch from Peterson is low and inside for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. And Leo is 2 runs away from making this a 10-run ball game, which would end the game to the 10-run rule after the 5th. And the pitch is grounded sharply to Unger at third, who makes a nice stop. And that throw, I think she put a little too much on that one, as that one is well over the head of Schmidt at first. That one almost went into the stands, but staying at first anyway is Schwer on the error from Unger. Unger reared back to fire, but she put a little bit too much power on that on that throw.
34.
And that'll bring up Jessica Claxton, the pitcher. Claxton has doubled and scored and reached on an error and scored in the game. And the first pitch from Peterson is low for ball 1. Peterson's had a little bit of trouble hitting the strike zone here with the last couple of hitters. So a 1-0 count now on Claxton. And Peterson sets into the windup, and the pitch is swung on, hit grounded to second. Casey Kirk turns it to Katan's and they get the 4-6-3 double play. Very, very well turned there. That one was just hit. That one was a sharp ground ball hit by Claxton right at Kirk, who made the good throw to Katan's who relayed it over quickly to Schmidt at first, and that will get the 4-6-3 double play. And that will bring up Haley Bowers, the third baseman, who she has grounded out to short and singled and scored a run. The bases are empty as the first pitch from Peterson is inside for ball 1. She is taking a little bit longer between pitches than her counterpart, Jessica Claxton. And the 1-0 pitch from Peterson is swung on and hit to third. Again, good play from Unger. This throw is low, a bouncer, and a good pick over at first by Heather Schmidt, and that will be the final out of the inning. So, after a horribly pitched third inning from Carroll, Peterson gives up no hits. One base runner who reached on an error was erased by the double play, and just 3 hitters came up to face Peterson in the inning. After 3.5, the score is Leo 10, Carroll 2. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 4th here on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello everybody and welcome back to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. Just about set for the bottom of the 4th, and due up first is Allie Richard. The first pitch is upstairs for ball 1, and also due up are Casey Kirk and Autumn Zonker. The 1-0 pitch to Richard is up and away for ball 2. 2-0 count on Richard, who doubled and came around to score on an error. And that was Carroll's second and so far last run of the ballgame. That pitch is over the middle, right down Broadway for strike 1. So that brings the count to 2-1 on Richard. Claxton sets. She squats down a little as into the windup quickly. It comes out of it, and the pitch is low for ball 3. 3-1 count on Richard. Amazingly, we have not seen a walk in this game with all the base runners. That does seem a little bit surprising, as there are some good fans here that are cheering on their team. Leo brought a decent amount of fans with him, as that pitch is up high for ball 4, and Richard is on with the game's first walk. That'll bring up Casey Kirk.
Waiting for the Chargers, number 18.
Kirk struck out swinging in her first at bat. See if she can get going. The first pitch is a dribbler right back to the pitcher. Claxton gets the out at second, and the relay throw to first is not in time, so the fielder's choice. And Kirk will take Richard's place at first, but now there is an out. Autumn Zonker is up now for Carroll. She popped out to third base. Excuse me. First pitch to Zonker is a eephus pitch that Zonker went around on, and she could not quite hold up the swing. That was, wow, that was a slow pitch right there. So it is an 0-1 count on Zonker. Zonker is 0 for 1 in the game, and she has Kirk on first. Claxton is set, and the pitch is swung on and hit to second. Trying to turn to the throw to first is in time. Another 4-6-3 double play. That one was grounded hard to second. Good play made by Jamie Schreier. The throw to field at short who was covering second was definitely in time, but I don't think the relay throw to Carpenter was. But they do call it a double play. We've seen two now in the inning, and that will end the fourth. The score is Leo 10, your Chargers 2. We'll be right back with the fifth inning here on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. We're just about set for the top of the fifth, and due up for Leo are the 7-8-9 hitters Faulkner, Risser, and People. First pitch to Faulkner was upstairs and away for ball one. Second pitch is fouled back, and that brings it to a 1-1 count. Maddie Peterson still on the mound for the Chargers. She got through a clean fourth after she gave up one run in the third. It is 10-2 Leo. The pitch from Peterson is swung on and fouled back out of place sharply down the third base line, and it is a 1-2 count on Faulkner. The game is starting to pick up a little bit here as Leo had their big outburst in the third, scoring 8 runs. And the pitch from Peterson is swung on and hit right back up the middle. Catanzarite couldn't get to it, and it is a single for Faulkner. My goodness. Pitching has not been overly effective today for the Chargers. That'll bring up Hannah Risser, who in the game flew out to left and tripled and scored.
Number 56.
And there is nobody out, and Faulkner is on first, with nobody out here in the top of the fifth. As there's going to be a slight delay here as they're going to clean off second base and home plate. Get a couple of new softballs that are back to the umpire after they were hit in the foul territory. And now it seems as everybody is set. Rizzo steps into the batter's box. Peterson is set. She is into the windup, and the pitch is swung on and hit to Catanzarite just over her glove, and that will be a single. Good effort from Catanzarite, but it was just over the top of her glove. So now there are runners on first and second, back-to-back singles from Leo, and that'll bring up Morgan People, who has grounded out to third twice in the game. Nobody out and 2 on 4. And the pitch is ripped into left center, and it is not going to be cut off by hand. It'll roll all the way to the warning track. 1 run scores, and rounding third is Rizzo. She will score, and it is 12-2. And People's going to get the third on the bad throw from Catanzarite. She will stay there. So it is now a 12-2 game. That is 10 runs, and if Carroll can't score in the bottom half of the inning, this will end the game. People gets the double plus the error, and that'll bring up the top of the order, Brianna Carpenter, her for the fourth time. And the first pitch is grounded right back to Peterson. She looks over the runner and then throws to first, but halfway down the line was People. She has good base running. She scores on the ground out, and it is now 13-2 Leo ahead. So and that'll bring up Hannah Field, who in the game has grounded out to third, singled and scored, and flew out to right. The bases are empty here with 1 out, and Leo up by 11. The pitch is a fastball that is at the knees over the outside corner for strike 1. So an 0-1 count. Peterson has looked pretty good so far when she's been in. And the 0-1 pitch from her is inside, backs Field off the plate a little bit. And it is a 1-1 count on Field. Peterson has given up 4 runs since she came in relief of Kaylee Thornton, who gave up the first 9. And the pitch is fouled back by Field. It is a 1-2 count now on Field. And the defense from Carroll has not been helpful. Neither team's defense has been very good. There have been a few errors from both sides. But the offense and the good pitching has been enough for Leo to hold a big lead. And that pitch is ripped by Field past the diving Catanzarite. And that is another single for Leo. That'll bring up Jamie Schreier. Schreier has grounded out to short, doubled, and scored and flew out to center. There is still just one out here in the fifth inning.
54.
Hubbard is still up in the bullpen in case she is called upon to relieve Peterson. Peterson's first pitch to Schreier is grounded to short. Catanzarite flips to second to Kirk, and that will be all they get. I don't know why she threw it. That one went well over Schmidt's head, but it takes a lucky bounce off the fence back into play. And that'll be a fielder's choice. So that is out number 2, and that'll bring up Amy Schreier, who has doubled and scored, singled and scored, and reached on an error in the game. And no pinch runner this time for Schreier, as the other Schreier comes up. I'm guessing they're twins. They're both seniors. And the first pitch from Peterson is swung on and hit between the hole at short and third. And another single from Schreier. That'll get Jamie Schreier up to second. And now 2 runners on with 2 outs. That'll bring up the number 5 hitter, Jessica Claxton, the pitcher. Nope. Spoke too soon. There's going to be a pinch hitter. Jenna Maccabee is going to hit for her. And we'll see what she can do
28. Jenna Maccabee.
For Claxton, who is probably going to go back on the mound. Claxton in the game went 1 for 2. She doubled and scored, rounded into a double play, and also reached on an error and scored. So Peterson set. Maccabee is in the batter's box, and the first pitch from Peterson swung on, grounded to second, and takes a bad bounce. Kirk couldn't see it, and now the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Haley Bowers. That one took an odd bounce. It got past the runner going from first to second. That's Schreier, and then Kirk couldn't quite see it. Then it took an odd bounce, spun to her right. She couldn't get it, and now the bases are loaded with 2 outs, and Bowers being up means that Leo is batted around for the second time in the game. And the pitch is line foul for strike 1. So the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Leo is up by 11, and if Carroll does not score in the bottom half of the inning, the game will be over due to the 10-run rule. The 0-1 pitch to Bowers is taken up at the chest for strike 2 over the outside corner, a high strike. So it is an 0-2 count. We'll see if Peterson can not allow any more runs here with the bases loaded. And the pitch is swung on and lined right back up the middle. 1 run's going to score. Coming around third is Schreier. She will score. And it is a 2-run single from Bowers. And another time they bat around. That'll advance Maccabee to second. 2 more runs score. And it is 15-2. As that will bring up Alex Faulkner, number 12. She is grounded into a fielder's choice, gotten a second, doubled and scored, and singled and scored. First pitch to her this time is up high for ball 1. 1-0 count on Faulkner. Peterson just doesn't want to give up anything else here. This has not been a very good showing from the Chargers, who are still in a slump. The pitch from Peterson is fouled back by Faulkner, well out of play, and it is a 1-1 count. So the 1-1 on, 1-1 on Faulkner. Peterson is set, and into the windup. The pitch is swung on and hit to second past the diving Kirk. Zonker can't handle it, and coming around to score is going to be Maccabee. It is 16-2. My goodness. And that allows Bowers to get to third. It is going to be a single and an error on Zonker. And that'll allow Faulkner to get to second. Another error. That is the 4th error from Carroll today. Pitch from Peterson on Hannah Rizzo is grounded to third, and Unger can't handle it. Another one scores 17-2. And that is going to be error number 5, as Rizzo is going to reach first. And that'll allow Faulkner to get to third. It is 17-2, and runners are on the corners with 2 outs for Morgan People, who's up for the 4th time. She grounded out to third twice, doubled and scored, and we also got to third on an error. The first pitch is over the outside corner for strike 1. So an 0-1 count on People, and with runners on the corners and a 15-run lead, Peterson's second pitch is grounded to Catan's right. She's going to throw to first and finally get the 3rd out of the inning. So this is the second big inning. Leo scores 7 runs to widen their lead to 17-2, and Carroll has to score at least 6 runs to get within 10, and if not, that'll end the game due to the 10-run rule. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 5th and possibly final inning here on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports. Just about set for the bottom of the 5th. Heather Schmidt is going to lead off. The 9-1-2 hitters are up in the first pitch to Schmidt is low and away for ball 1. In her first at bat, Schmidt was hit by a pitch and she stole second. If you are just joining us or skip to the end of the game here, it is 17-2 as that pitch is up high. Leo is ahead. They scored two runs in the second inning, 8 in the third, and 7 more in the 5th. And Carroll has mustered just 2. That pitch from Claxton is over the plate at the knees for strike 1. 2-1 count on Schmidt. Carroll has just 3 hits in the game. And the 2-1 pitch to Schmidt is up and away for ball 3. A 3-1 count on Schmidt now. And they have not had a lot of base runners either. Total those up here, and you can hear that in the postgame show. As that pitch is up and in for ball 4, Schmidt is going to walk, and she is on base for the 2nd time tonight. That'll bring up the top of the order, Brianna Hand. She's up for the 3rd time. She has struck out twice. First time was swinging, the 2nd time looking. First pitch to her is over the inside corner for strike 1. So an 0-1 count on Hand, who doesn't want to strike out for the 3rd time today. And the pitch is a changeup that is over the inside corner but high for ball 1. 1-1 count, Schmidt on first, and Carroll is down by 15. Claxton's delivery is swung on and off the end of the bat, hit to second, and getting the sure out on Hand is the second baseman, Jamie Schreier. That will allow Schmidt to advance to second, and it will bring up Jackie Phipps with 1 out and a runner on second, which is Schmidt. Phipps in the game has reached on an error and scored and doubled. She's reached base twice. The first pitch to her is a good changeup over the plate, right down Broadway for strike 1. So an 0-1 count, and Carroll needs at least 5 runs to get within 10 to keep the 10-run rule from being in effect. And that one is ripped deep, and it is a foul ball. Man, I thought that one was on the line fair, but I was ruled against there. And that is going to make it an 0-2 count, as people up here in the booth don't like the call. And it is going to be an 0-2 count now on Phipps. I thought that was a fair ball. And the pitch is dribbled to short, and the throw, no. Oh, good recognition there from the shortstop, Hannah Field. She realized that Schmidt was a couple feet off of second, and she, instead of throwing across the diamond, is going to get Schmidt off the base paths. That'll allow Phipps to reach base for the 3rd time on first, and now the Chargers are down to their final out. Emily Catanzarite is up, and she rips it under the glove of Bowers. That will be a hit, I think. And that'll put 2 runners on here with 2 out and bring up Ashley Unger. She had the premier hit for her in the 3rd inning, but in the 1st she reached on an error. And to keep the game alive, they'll need Unger to get on. Carroll is down to their final out, possibly, and the pitch is up high for ball 1. Phipps is on second, Catanzarite on first, and a hit will probably score at least one of them. The 1-0 delivery from Claxton is lined too short to to Field, and that will end the game due to the 10-run rule. So Carroll is hit by 2 big innings, the 3rd and the 5th, which Leo combined to score 15 runs, and that will do it here from the Dina Gorsuch Athletic Complex. The final score is Leo 17, your Chargers 2. We'll be right back with the post-game show here on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
You're listening to CSBN, the Carroll Sports Broadcasting Network, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.
Hello everybody and welcome back to your post-game show. Once again, the final score was the visiting Leo Lions 17, your Carroll Chargers 2. That game ended after 5 innings due to the 10-run rule. The pitching for Leo, Jessica Claxton got the win. She pitched all 5 innings, gave up just 4 hits, 2 runs. Both of them were earned, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. And Carroll's pitching, the starting pitcher, Kaylee Thornson's going to get the loss. She went just 2 innings. She pitched in the 3rd, but didn't even record an out. She gave up 9 hits, 9 runs, and she didn't walk anybody and didn't strike anybody out either. Maddie Peterson came in after that, and she pitched the remaining 3 innings, also gave up 9 hits. Much more effective, giving up 8 runs. No walks and no strikeouts for her also. Let's go through the lineups for the Lions first. First, Brianna Carpenter went 2 for 4 with 2 singles, a flyout, and a groundout. Hannah Field went 2 for 4 with 2 singles, a groundout, and a flyout. Jamie Schreier went 1 for 3 with a double, a groundout, a flyout, and she reached on a fielder's choice. Amy Schreier went 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a double, and she reached on an error. Jessica Claxton went 1 for 2. She doubled and scored, grounded she grounded into a 4-6-3 double play, reached on an error and scored. And Jenna Maccabee came in and pinch hit for her. She singled and eventually scored. Haley Bowers went 2 for 4 with 2 singles, 2 runs, and 2 groundouts. Alex Faulkner went 3 for 3 with 2 singles, a double, and a fielder's choice. Hannah Rizzo went 2 for 3 with a triple, a single, 2 runs, a flyout, and she also reached on an error. And finally, Morgan People, the number 9 hitter, grounded out 3 times, and she also doubled and scored. On the other side, for the Chargers, Breanne Hand led off. She struck out twice and grounded out to second. Jackie Phipps reached base all 3 times. She reached on an error and scored, doubled, and reached on a fielder's choice. Emily Catanzarite singled, flew out, and singled again. She went 2 for 3. Ashley Unger went 0 for 1. She lined out. She reached on an error, and Mackenzie DePremio hit for her once. She flew out to left. Danny Schneiderwine went 0 for 2. She struck out and flew out to left. Allie Richard went 1 for 1 with a double and a run and a walk. Casey Kirk went 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and she also reached on a fielder's choice. Autumn Zonka went 0 for 2. She popped out to third and grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. Heather Schmidt went 0 for, well, she didn't get an at-bat. She was hit by a pitch. She stole a base. She also walked and was caught stealing. So that goes through the stats for both teams. Positives, Leo obviously has a very good offense. They didn't need a lot of it, but they won by 15 anyway. And for Carroll, they never gave up. They weren't able to just string anything together. The pitchers did not walk anybody, but other than that, there isn't a lot of positives to talk about here. And that should wrap it up here from the D.N.R. Gorsuch Athletic Complex. The final score was the visiting Leo Lions 17, your Carroll Chargers 2. Come back soon for a couple more broadcasts in the CSBN season. First on Friday, the final boys varsity game. That is going to be on against Concordia, and that should be a interesting matchup. This was the last softball game of the season, and the final broadcast is next Tuesday. The JV boys play home to Bishop Dwenger. And that will wrap it up here from the D.N.R. Gorsuch Athletic Complex. Once again, the final score was Leo 17, Carroll 2. We'll see you next time here on Friday for the boys varsity game against Concordia here on CSBN, your worldwide leader in Charger sports.
You've been listening to Chargers Softball on CSBN, the worldwide leader in Charger sports.